Good morning, students. I welcome you from on behalf of DY Patil, the Institute of Management Studies DYPMS, and Institute for Advanced Computing and Software Development, that is IACSD. Today we have a session on cloud computing. That will be the first session, and then it will continue with the resource person, Mrs. Sushma Hattarki ma'am. So about DYPMS, Dr. DY Patil Institute of Management Studies is one of the illustrious galaxies of educational endeavors of Dr. DY Patil Pratishthan and is all amongst the premier management institutes. The institute is housed in spacious and plush building located in Akodi, a suburb of mega industrial township in Pimpri Chinchwad, as you know. DYPMS is affiliated with Savitribai Phule Pune University, approved by AICTE and recognized by Government of Maharashtra. It offers full-time MBA programs of 2 years. MBA program of DYPMS has been accredited by NBA, that is National Board of Accreditation, New Delhi, for the period of 2024 to 2027. The institute was also accredited by National Assessment and Accreditation Council, that is NAC, with A grade from 2015 to 2020. Also, DYPMS under MBA has various branches like finance, marketing, HR, business analytics, and few more. So those courses are run for 2 years. Along with such courses, we run the certification programs like this, like currently what we are going through. Also, we are part of Institute for Advanced Computing and Software Development, that is IACSD, that is affiliated in an authorized training center by CDAC. And under IACSD, we run 3 courses, primarily being DAC, which is PG Diploma in Advanced Computing, then PG-DBDA, which is PG Diploma in Big Data Analytics, and PG-DITISS, which is PG Diploma in Infrastructure and IT Security. So I welcome all of you for this inaugural session of cloud computing. Cloud computing, as you know, is one of the very important part, or rather we can say that new desktop. Cloud is a new desktop today for all the data science, uh, all the AI, whatever currently going on in the industry. They are moving to cloud in the sense that all the softwares, they will be put on a cloud. So cloud computing forms a very important part of the infrastructure nowadays in every organization. So here we have our expert, Mrs. Sushma Hattarki ma'am, who is having 6+ years of experience, and she is well versed with this technology. She has a very good hand in operating systems, networking, and she is also CCNA certified, that is networking certified professional. Also, she is very good not only in having the good understanding or of the technology of cloud computing, but also her delivery is very nice, as we have already experienced her since past 5 years uh, in collaboration with us. So uh, you know, we know that she's very expert. So we would like that you guys all learn cloud computing from her and get the maximum benefit. Sushma ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
Yes.
please,
Yeah.
yes, over to
Thank you
you.
very much, sir. Shantanu, sir, as well as Keshav, sir. So let's start with our cloud computing part. Uh, so, sir, unshare your screen. So already Shantanu, sir, introduced me. Myself, Sushma Hattarki. I'm going to conduct your cloud computing part. Some of you already know me because already I taken Linux part for data science course. Okay, so let's start. So cloud computing, but directly will not start with cloud computing. First, we'll see what is mean by cloud. So anyone of you know what is cloud? Where you seen, where you heard the concept cloud or word cloud? Yes, tell me. Anywhere you heard the word cloud or you use the cloud? Yes. Okay, Rushikesh, where you heard word cloud? Cloud is used to store data. Okay, right, exactly. Cloud storage in iPhone. Okay, large data. Okay, AWS cloud service. Okay, means everyone is aware about the cloud. So cloud is basically means the group of computers on a network. It is group of computers in a network, means number of computers are there which are connected within a network and they are delivering some information with each other. So that is known as a cloud. So the term cloud refers to network or a internet. In other words, we can say that cloud is something which is present at remote location. Cloud can provide service over in network, that is on public network, or on private network, that is WAN, LAN or VPN. So these are the types of network. WAN means wide area network, LAN is local area network, or VPN is virtual private network. So applications which are running on the cloud such as email, web conferencing, customer relationship management, that all runs on the cloud. So basically see, cloud means what? Before the cloud, what was happened? If we want to develop a website, just give me a minute, I will share my paint window or yes, whiteboard with you. एक minute. Okay. So is it visible? Yes. Yes. Okay. So see, before the cloud, if we want to develop any software or any web application, so generally, which technologies we use for developing the uh, web application or software? So we use Java, right? Yes, JavaScript, then HTML, then CSS. So these and many more. So using these technologies, we can able to make a static website. And if we consider the dynamic website also, then also we use the JavaScript, PHP, C sharp. But for that, we required to access this website, we required one server. We required one server. And that server is running on our machine or any other machine. So if we consider that that server is running in our machine, so to run that server, we require some other things like IP address we required, and again in IP address we required public IP, or private IP, will see that what is mean by public IP and private IP in details in next sessions. So public, we require the public IP or private IP. Generally, internet service provider gives us a public IP, private IP to access our machine. So that is our server IP. See, what is mean by public IP and private IP? I will tell you, just give me a minute. Minute will tell you how internet is coming to your system. So see, in your home, there is one router, right? And even though you are not using the switch because you are using Wi-Fi connections at your home, right? So suppose the switch is there and some computers are there or mobiles are there. So suppose this is our connection. This is router. राउटर, आपके घर में राउटर होगा, राउटर से आपको इंटरनेट मिल रहा है, बट राउटर इज कनेक्टेड टू internet service router connection is coming from the internet service provider, and this internet service provider assigns us one IP. It assigns us one IP, and after getting that IP, router will able to give us internet connection, and then router gives us different IP to every machine which are connected under this router. So this is a switch. Switch is basically to increase the number of connections with router it uses. That's it. Not more than that. So router क्या कर रहा है? It gives us a IP address, and router को जो मिल रहा है that IP address is given by the internet service provider. So ये जो है this IP which is given by, which is assigned by the internet service provider, this is known as a public IP. This is known as public IP, and the IP which is provided by the router is known as a private IP. So as I told you, we are developing one software or we are developing one website. So in this machine, if suppose we developed one website, and this website we need to accessible by everyone. So by everyone means not within the network, it is outside the network. Means you are developing a website and I want to access your website, but I am not able to connect in your network because I have different router. यहाँ पे मेरा connection अलग है. So if I want to access your web application, for that I require the public IP address. Clear? So to use the website, first we required the languages to develop that website, then we required the IP address also. Suppose हमने IP address का भी जुगाड़ कर लिया कि ठीक है, we assign one public IP address to that web application, and now we are I am accessing your website. That is also okay. But now the problem with that web application, if you are the owner of that web application, you develop that and that is installed on your private machine, then it requires continuous power supply. and that website continuously needs up down नहीं होनी चाहिए. And if you develop that web application on your laptop, then what will happen? It requires continuous charging. तो charging तो हमेशा connect करके रखना चाहिए. And if that laptop goes on updates, then again problem is there. That system will goes down. Or suppose, yeah, here if number of users are going to increase, then ये जो आपका web application है, it requires to handle that much load. Firstly 10 users are there, then 10 users are able to access your web application easily. But suppose instead of this 10, 100 users are there, then ये इतना load झेल पाएगा क्या, handle कर पाएगा क्या? That is also the problem. सो अगर मान लो कि ठीक है, हमने क्या सोचा कि नहीं, इसी को हमें वेब एप्लीकेशन बनाना है, इसी को हमें सर्वर बनाना है, इसी को सारी चीजें प्रोवाइड करनी है, और 100 यूजर्स भी हो गया, देन ऑल्सो इसी पे हमें वो रन करना है. तो क्या करना होगा? वी नीड टू अपग्रेड द हार्डवेयर. इसका हार्डवेयर अपग्रेड करना होगा. So for the upgradation of hardware, we required the good CPU. Good CPU चाहिए, RAM capacity अच्छी चाहिए, then उसका storage भी चाहिए. So we required to upgrade all these things. What we are discussing before the cloud. If we are not using the cloud, then how we can manage the websites or web servers, that we are discussing. So we install or we develop one website on our private machine, and we are trying to access that application. तो क्या क्या requirements होगी? That all requirements we are taken into consideration. So for that we required, first thing is that ki it requires to handle the load, we need to upgrade these things. Then IP address is the second requirement. Then charging is the third requirement. Right? Suppose if we manage all these things and we use a good server, but still it requires continuous internet connection with sufficient speed. So speed again matters. Internet speed अच्छा होना चाहिए. And with this speed we require the cooling system also, because if that machine is continuously in on state, तो प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा? कंटिन्यूअस अगर वो ऑन है, then it creates some hits. So to reduce that heat we require the cooling system. We require proper cooling system. And other environment related setups we required. And again we required one admin to manage that thing. We required one admin to manage this. So human involvement is there. So human involvement is there means this admin we required with good skill set, and security concerns are again there. So again, suppose this is my e-commerce website. The website which I developed, that is e-commerce website. Then in sale period, जब भी कोई sale आता है, at that time what happened? Number of users suddenly increases. हमने already इतना सब setup कर लिया है to access this web application using our private computer. But if that website is e-commerce website and the sell का season आता है, then number of users are increases immediately, means peak point होता है. So again this server need to handle that load. So problem is again there. So suppose again हमने उसका सोल्यूशन क्या निकाला कि ठीक है उस टाइम के लिए हमने और एक सर्वर क्रिएट कर लिया, और एक सर्वर क्रिएट कर लिया, बट इस सर्वर के लिए पूरा ये सब कुछ कंसिडर करना होगा फिर से. these all things we need to take into consideration. और जब सेल खत्म हो जाता है then what about this server? So this is nothing but the huge investment which is not in use every day, right? Then some companies are there, some companies are there which can provide these servers. ये ऐसे servers कुछ companies हमें provide करती है, ये फैसिलिटी हमें प्रोवाइड करती है कि एज पर यूर रिक्वायरमेंट आपको हम टेम्पररी बेसिस पे विल प्रोवाइड यू सम सर्वर्स, but that with and that all related things they will manage by their own. So problem is again same. If server multiple clients are there, ये अगर सर्वर है एंड मल्टीपल क्लाइंट्स आर देयर, मतलब मेरे जैसे ही, जैसे मेरा वेब एप्लीकेशन है उसके लिए मैंने इसकी हेल्प ली है, तो सेम लाइक दैट अदर सम होंगे जो इसको ऑक्यूपाई करेंगे. मतलब अगर आपके पास कुछ है वो आप मुझे भी प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो तो और किसी को भी प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो. मीन्स एट द सेम टाइम नंबर ऑफ मल्टीपल क्लाइंट्स कैन यूज दैट सर्वर. सो मल्टी टेनेंट बोला जाता है उसको, दैट इज नोन एज मल्टी टेनेंट. मीन्स on a single server they give multiple clients. सिंगल सर्वर यूज करने के लिए दिया जाता है फॉर मल्टीपल क्लाइंट्स. देन अगेन प्रॉब्लम इज सेम कि वहां पे भी पावर फेल्योर हो सकता है, इंटरनेट कनेक्शन वहां पे भी स्टेबल चाहिए. ठीक है, वो भी हमने मैनेज कर लिया. See, we are managing all the things. Every time we are facing some issues, but we are going to solve that problems. But still again the problems are increases. हमने सर्वर को भी मैनेज कर लिया कि हमें चाहिए तो टेम्पररी मल्टी टेनेंट वाला सर्वर भी we are going to use. But still, if multiple machines from multiple locations want to access that, तो फिर से प्रॉब्लम है. तो अभी मल्टीपल लोकेशंस है तो हर एक लोकेशन का सर्वर तो हम नहीं खरीद सकते, राइट? So to solve that all the problems, the solution is only one, that is known as cloud. That is known as cloud. Means हर एक लोकेशन का सर्वर एक सेंट्रलाइज लोकेशन के साथ कनेक्टेड रहेगा एंड दे कैन एबल टू एक्सेस एनी सर्वर फ्रॉम एनीवेयर. Means if we are going to search anything on the machine, then number of servers come together and search that thing and give us a result, like a Google search. Google search mein we are giving some input from our side ki I want to search for this, then they will gather all the information from every server from different locations and gives us a result, and this is known as a cloud. So cloud means what? Cloud is basically known as combination of multiple servers with multiple service providers. Cloud is combination of multiple servers with multiple service providers. So again, we'll back to our PPT. तो सी क्लाउड के बारे में हमने देख लिया. नाउ क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग refers to manipulating, configuring and accessing the applications online. So all these things will manage online. It offers online data storage, infrastructure and application. Cloud computing is both a combination of software and hardware based computing resources delivered as a network service. Means cloud computing provides us hardware plus software. but that all hardware is not at our hand. We are just paying them. What we are using means I want the space. For that I will pay related to that, means whatever जो भी amount होगी that I will pay to cloud service provider, and I will able to access the storage like that. So cloud computing is on demand delivery of compute power, database storage, applications and other IT resources through a cloud service platform via the internet with pay as you go pricing. With pay as you go means whatever I am using, if I am using a machine or I required one operating system which is may called as a Red Hat Linux, then Red Hat Linux if I want to use, then I will create that machine on cloud and I am giving them money with whatever I am using. So that is pay as you go. So these types of service providers are available in the market. So first we'll see cloud service model. So which types of cloud computing providers you know? Cloud providers कौन से होते हैं जो आपको पता है? Do you know some of them? Yes, AWS, Azure. Any other? Gmail, SaaS. Okay. Okay. Any other? Google. Okay. See, your answers are a little bit correct. Like Gmail and Google, these are not a yes, Google is a GCP service provider, it's called as. Then Amazon is there, Azure is there, then also IBM. These all are the, yes, Oracle. These all are the private service providers. They all have private cloud. That part we'll see later on. So before that, we'll start with our cloud service models. So cloud service model means what? Yes, whatever part I completed, you understood that. Instead of using our private server, we are paying to cloud to provide us the server. वो हमें server provide करेगा. जो भी web applications we want to create, that all we created on the server. Server पे हम create करेंगे और सारी चीजें वो अपने आप maintain करेगा, manage करेगा. अगर वहां पे नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स इफ इंक्रीजेस, देन ऑल्सो वो उसी टाइम के लिए जितना टाइम, सपोज टुडे सेल इज गोइंग ऑन, सो आज के लिए मुझे एक्स्ट्रा सर्वर की रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो आज के दिन के सर्वर का पैसा मैं उनको पे करूंगी. ओके, मल्टीपल लोकेशन से एक्सेस करना है, देन ऑल्सो इट इज पॉसिबल बिकॉज दैट इज ए क्लाउड. और जो मैं बोल रही हूँ कि मल्टीपल जैसे आपका रिजल्ट वगैरह डिस्प्ले होता है, यूनिवर्सिटी से रिजल्ट जब निकलता है, देन एट द सेम टाइम नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स इंक्रीज हो जाते हैं who are accessing that website, then server will goes down. So to avoid that condition, we are using the cloud servers. So number of users if increases, then also that pressure load will handle by the cloud, and that is known as elasticity. That is known as elasticity. इसको बोला जाता है इलास्टिसिटी. सो जो सर्वर होंगे वो हम डायरेक्टली क्लाउड पे डिप्लॉय करेंगे. ओके, सो दैट इज द पार्ट ऑफ क्लाउड कि क्लाउड क्या होता है, दैट थिंग्स. देन क्लाउड सर्विस मॉडल. सो इन क्लाउड सर्विस मॉडल्स, again there are some models. See, बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट कि इफ पहले सबसे पहले जब क्लाउड नहीं था, मतलब इफ वी आर यूजिंग आवर ओन सर्वर, our own on-premises server, then at that time the things related to web application, hardware, networking, that all things we need to manage by ourselves. So functions, applications, runtime containers, OS management tools, network storage and servers, data center, that all things we required to manage by ourselves. Then next is us. So we'll see one by one. So us, on premises may all things are managed by ourselves. Then in us, the data centers and the network storage and servers, this is managed by the cloud. These two things are managed by the cloud. So IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service, is a delivery of technology infrastructure as an on demand scalable service. Means if we want to increase that, then we can increase. If we want to decrease, then we can decrease. So IaaS provides access to fundamental resources such as physical machines, virtual machines and virtual storage. Usually built based on the usage, usually multi-tenant virtualized environment can be coupled with managed service for OS application support. So IaaS में क्या होगा? Network storage and servers, data centers are managed by the cloud, and the rest all things will managed by ourselves. तो इसके examples क्या क्या है? AWS भी है, Azure है, IaaS में ही आता है ये, AWS, Azure, then Digital Ocean है, GCE, Google Cloud, Google Compute Engine, GCE. So these are some examples of IaaS. Then Alibaba एक ने बोला था, so Alibaba Cloud is also the example of IaaS. Then next is CaaS. CaaS is cloud-based service that allows users to deploy, run and manage containerized application. तो CaaS provider, see ये चीजें क्यों डिफरेंट होती जा रही है? बिकॉज इफ अगर हमने क्लाउड के पास ज्यादा फंक्शनैलिटी दे दी तो हमें उसके लिए उतना पे करना होगा, तो जितनी कम देंगे उतना कम करना पे करना है. बट द थिंग्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट, देन विल गिव देम. Things are important, and if we want to install it by our own, then it costs more. At that time cloud is the solution. A CaaS provider hosts the necessary infrastructure and container orchestration engine like Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is one of the tool which is used in DevOps for containerization or infrastructure building, मैनेजिंग एंड अंडरलाइंग हार्डवेयर एंड सॉफ्टवेयर. तो कास में ये तीन गूगल नहीं सॉरी क्लाउड मैनेज करेगा. सो एनेबल फास्टर डिप्लॉयमेंट एंड स्केलिंग ऑफ एप्लीकेशन, enable faster deployment and scaling of application, reduces management overhead and allows developer to focus on building application. तो एप्लीकेशन पे यहाँ पे फोकस डेवलपर कर पाएगा इफ दैट थिंग्स आर हैंडल्ड बाय द क्लाउड. सो दैट इज कास, कंटेनर एज ए सर्विस. सो एग्जाम्पल, एक मिनट में आपको ये नोट करने के लिए एक ये दे देती हूँ, जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट, अदरवाइज प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा कि एग्जाम्पल्स यू आर नॉट एबल टू understood. some points I want to note down for you. If you want, then you can note down it. Yes. So first we seen on premises. On premises में क्या है कि all things are managed by our own. Then second क्या है? AS. AS stands for infrastructure. Spelling mistake is there, then kindly consider it and correct it. Okay. Infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. So example for us is AWS, Azure, GCE, then Alibaba. Then next I told you CAS. CAS is container as a service. Container as a service. So the examples for CAS is Azure container instance, then Kubernetes service, जो कि जिसके Kubernetes सर्विस में भी दो टाइप्स की सर्विसेज आएंगे. एक है इलास्टिक Kubernetes सर्विस that is called as EKS and EKS, and another one is GKE, that is Google Kubernetes Engine. So क्या कास में ये दो आएंगे. Then next yes, next is PaaS. PaaS is platform as a service. The runtime environment, platform as a service. The runtime environment for application. PaaS provides development and deployment tools. So PaaS provides all the facilities required to support the complete life cycle of building and delivering web application and services entirely from the internet. So PaaS is a tool for developers and analysts to create and customize the application. To create and customize the application. So इसके भी examples if we see, so AWS Elastic Beanstalk is there, then Windows Azure, Google App Engine है, force.com है, Apache Stratos है, Red Hat OpenShift. So these are some examples of PaaS. Examples means these are some service providers which are based on the PaaS. Clear? So what we say, PaaS is a नोट करके देती हूँ, एक मिनट. Next is PaaS. PaaS is a platform as a service. So it is a tool which helps developer to create एंड क्रिएट एंड क्या बोला था? क्रिएट एंड कस्टमाइज application. Create and customize the application. And the examples of PaaS, Google Cloud Engine, then AWS, Elastic, Beanstalk. These all things you need to search more because ये सारे सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स है, तो जिसको जो चाहिए वो यूज कर सकता है. Then Heroku is also there, Oracle. So these are the PaaS service provider. Then इसके बाद आता है PaaS. So fast service provider में again क्या होगा? Only function we need to manage by ourselves and rest all things will manage by the cloud. Only function जो upper part था, that only we required to manage by ourselves, and this is known as serverless. This is known as serverless technology. Actually serverless means does not mean that कि server होता ही नहीं है. Server is there but server is not managed by ourselves. Server is managed by the cloud. So this is serverless. इसको बोला जाता है function as a service. Function as a service. So it is serverless technology. देन इसके एग्जाम्पल्स है AWS लैम्बडा, ये हमें प्रैक्टिकली रन करके देखना है. Azure functions, GitHub actions. So these are the examples or providers for PaaS. Then next है SaaS. Next is SaaS. SaaS is software as a service. तो सॉफ्टवेयर एज ए सर्विस म्हणजे मीन्स क्या होगा कि उसमें एवरीथिंग इज मैनेज्ड बाय द क्लाउड. यू आर जस्ट ओनली द यूजर. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी आर रनिंग आवर जूम मीटिंग, so we are only the user of that zoom meeting. Rest all things related to chatting, chat box कैसे होना चाहिए, देन शेयरिंग का ऑप्शन कैसे होना चाहिए, स्टोरेज कहाँ पे होना चाहिए, these all things are taken care by the Zoom. So Zoom is the best example for SaaS, software as a service. तो इसके एग्जाम्पल्स है सेल्सफोर्स, अगेन Zoom, Canva, Dropbox. So these are the examples of SaaS. We'll see one more time that PPT. Yes. No, I think it is not visible. So function as a service, only functions are managed by ourselves and rest all things are managed by cloud or service provider. So it is a cloud computing model where developers write a code for specific function and the cloud provider manage the underlying infrastructure, allowing the functions to run in response to event without needing to manage servers. So AWS Lambda is the example or provider of FAST. So this will see hands-on will do later on. In this automatically scaling and pay as you use cost model and allowing developers to focus solely on code. तो फंक्शन एज ए सर्विस में हमें सिर्फ फंक्शन मैनेज करना है, रेस्ट थिंग्स विल मैनेज बाय द प्रोवाइडर. Then next is SaaS. SaaS is a software as a service. As I told you, all things are managed by the cloud. So SaaS model allows to use software application as a service. So SaaS is the software delivery methodology that provides licensed multi-tenant access to software and its functions remotely as web-based service. And the best example for SaaS is Zoom, which we are using. So usually built based on usage, usually multi-tenant environment, highly scalable architecture. So somewhere you can see these models are only IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. But actually there are 5 types: IaaS, CaaS, PaaS and SaaS. See, IaaS, CaaS, PaaS and SaaS. So these are the cloud service models. Clear till here? If you have any doubt, then ask. Yes, I am pausing for 1 minute. Ask if you have any doubt. What is the difference between function and application? Function and application is application many functions. Okay. So see. Application means for Python. If we consider for Python, then for Python we required Python software, and on that in that Python software we are going to run our applications like we run our code, hello world code or any other code, right? So that code means the function, and applications means the support application. By using that application you are able to run that function, right? So that is the difference. So not internet, cloud service provider provides us that application so that we can run our function. For that we does not need to install Python. We directly run the Python script. We put it on the Lambda function and will run it. Rest all things are managed by the cloud. Okay, any other? Are you getting, everyone getting my point? Okay. Yes, Jupyter notebook. I think Jupyter notebook ये कुछ होस्टिंग के लिए, वेब होस्टिंग के लिए यूज किया जाता है. And it is not directly related with the ASPAS, CAS, SAS, not related with that, but it is a single type, not a single type of ASPAS, SAS, but it taken some एक एक पार्ट लिया है उसने, and it created the Jupyter notebook. And I think Jupyter notebook is run on their own hardware, because if you seen, then it hosted on 127.0.0.1, and 127 is the local IP address, means the host IP address on which machine or which device you are running that application. So it uses that hardware only. Okay. Okay. Any other question? I think no questions. So we'll move forward. Okay. So next is cloud deployment models. Next is cloud deployment models. So cloud deployment model means what? So where the, how cloud is located, means which type of cloud we are using. So basically there are three types of cloud deployment models. One is a public, another one is a private, and third one is a hybrid. So these are the three different types of models, deployment models. So we'll see one by one. So first we'll see public cloud. So public cloud means public clouds are owned and operated by third party cloud service provider. It is owned and operated by third party cloud service provider. Means what? It can deliver their computing resources, like servers है, storages है. तो ये सारी चीजें थर्ड पार्टी सॉफ्टवेयर हमें प्रोवाइड करेगा. And the public cloud, the name itself says that public means it is open to all. So anyone can access it and use it by paying accordingly. So Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Service and Salesforce are the example of public cloud. तो इसको सेपरेट से मैनेज करने की मतलब इसमें सिक्योरिटी इज वेरी लेस. Security is very less. So if we want to store our financial data on public cloud, then it is not that much beneficial. Why? Because public cloud is owned by third party and operated by third party. So third party will also uh, aware about your data, or they can able to read your data. So if you are storing the financial data on public cloud, then that is not secure one. So for that, the next is private cloud. So instead of storing that financial data on public cloud, we can able to use the private cloud. So it is nothing but the contrast or counterpart of public cloud. So the data whichever we want to store on the private cloud, that data will store on that cloud only. It is very secure data. Means if single organization wants to access that cloud, then that cloud is only give to that single organization that these data. Security is very high in private cloud. So it may be managed by internally or by a third party, and it is hosted internally or externally. So IBM is the private cloud service provider. So they are hosted it internally and managed also internally. VMware. So Oracle is the provider. So Oracle can provide someone. So it can managed by externally and hosted on externally. So I want to store my financial data on private cloud, and I'm going to use the Oracle cloud. Then Oracle will manage that data, and Oracle, I will host that data on Oracle. But that data is very secure. जो पब्लिक क्लाउड में डिसएडवांटेज था कि प्रॉब्लम इज दैट कि क्या हो रहा था, if we want to store the financial data, then that is not secure. But why? Because anyone can access. So that disadvantage is overcome in private cloud. So in private cloud, we can store our data securely, and if we want to access that data, means IBM ka hai, to IBM can hosted it by their own and managed by their own. Okay, but cost wise, private clouds paying lots of money, means it is very expensive than the public cloud. So if I want to store my financial data on Oracle, then I need to pay much more than the public cloud. So it is not possible at my level कि मेरा data मुझे secured चाहिए. See, if I am from the IACSD, okay, or DYPIMS. So DYPIMS Institute में some data is related to financial, some data is related to financial data, then HR data is there, then some related to educational. Okay, so three types of data are there. So financial data जो है, I need to store it confidentially. एंड रेस्ट आर एचआर डेटा भी कॉन्फिडेंशियल हो सकता है और नहीं भी हो सकता है. एंड एजुकेशनल रिलेटेड मीन्स नोट्स वगैरह जो है दैट इज नॉट दैट मच कॉन्फिडेंशियल. एंड इफ आई वांट द प्राइवेट क्लाउड बिकॉज माय फाइनेंशियल डेटा इज देयर, so if I go with the private cloud, then I need to pay much more. So इतना मैं सस्टेन नहीं कर पाऊंगी, इतनी मेरी कैपेबिलिटी नहीं है. और अननेसेसरी नोट्स की साइज ज्यादा होगी एज कंपेयर टू फाइनेंशियल, तो अननेसेसरी मैं पे कर रही हूँ प्राइवेट क्लाउड को. पब्लिक क्लाउड में यूज नहीं कर सकती. वाई? बिकॉज फाइनेंशियल डेटा है, सो इट इज नॉट सेफ. तो पब्लिक में यूज नहीं कर सकती और प्राइवेट के लिए मैं पे नहीं कर सकती. देन व्हाट आई विल डू? So for that, the next is hybrid cloud. Next is hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud is the combination of private cloud with public cloud. So the data which is not that much confidential, that we can store on the public cloud, and the data which having the more security or which requires the more security, that will store on the private cloud. तो हाइब्रिड क्लाउड इज द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ दैट. तो मैं क्या करूंगी, मेरा फाइनेंशियल डेटा जो भी है दैट ऑल स्टोर ऑन द प्राइवेट क्लाउड, और जो मेरा एजुकेशन रिलेटेड डेटा वगैरह है उसके लिए मैं पब्लिक क्लाउड यूज करूंगी. तो मुझे पे एज यू यूज दैट मेथड इज अप्लाइड. सो प्राइवेट क्लाउड का जितना स्पेस मैं ऑक्यूपाई कर रही हूँ, आई विल पे फॉर दैट ओनली, और दिस थिंग्स आई विल यूज बाय द पब्लिक क्लाउड जो कि कम में मिल रहा है. So my problem is also solved. So these are the cloud deployment models. Clear? So these are the three types: public, private and hybrid. तो इसके जो भी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स है वो यहाँ पे दिए हैं. पब्लिक क्लाउड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अज्यूर, सेल्सफोर्स एंड अमेजॉन वेब सर्विस. देन प्राइवेट क्लाउड IBM, Oracle, VMware, HP, Dell. एंड हाइब्रिड क्लाउड मीन्स दोनों का भी पार्ट में थोड़ा थोड़ा यूज करूंगी. क्लियर? थिंग्स आर क्लियर? yes, no? yes. Okay. Then every coin has two sides. Same like that, there are some advantages and disadvantages of cloud. So advantages are disaster recovery, accessibility, cost effective, scalability, automated backups. And in disadvantages, lack of control, migration challenge, internet dependent, privacy concern, and fixed contracts. So see, accessibility or cost effective, these are the advantages. तो इसमें क्या है कि जो भी the services which are provided by the cloud, that we are using whichever we want. Means I want storage of 1 GB, then I will pay for that only. And if I no longer need it, then I will delete that. So that is on demand pricing. And that data or that service can able to access from anywhere. That is accessibility. Means I can access that machine or data. Will create some machines later on, I will tell you at that time also. तो वो क्या है, accessibility है from anywhere. Then scalability, flexibility. So if क्या बोल सकते हैं स्केलेबिलिटी और फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी के लिए कि इफ सपोज कंपनी कैन स्टार्ट विथ अ स्मॉल डिप्लॉयमेंट and grow to a large deployment rapidly, and if scale back, then if necessary it can scale back also. That is flexibility. And if we require the extra resources जैसे कि सेल वगैरह आ गया, then at that time we required the extra resources, so that is also available. Peak time में extra resources use करना है, that is elasticity, as I told you. So these are the advantages, and if we talk about the disadvantages, so lack of control. Then suppose if your data is stored in abroad, then कौन सी policy उस पे apply होगी, वहाँ की या यहाँ की? And if suppose your remote server is goes down, then who will responsible for that? And how you will able to access that files? Or if suppose in case your data is going to locked out or user account is going to locked out, then data will get lost, then it is not under our control, means 100% not under our control, so that is lack of control. Then disaster recovery, डिजास्टर रिकवरी में भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, एंड इसमें इंटरनेट डिपेंडेंट, दैट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट डिसएडवांटेज भी बोल सकते हैं, बिकॉज इट इज टोटली डिपेंडेंट ऑन द इंटरनेट, इंटरनेट पे ही ये कंप्लीटली डिपेंडेंट है. इफ वी लॉस द कनेक्शन, देन we are not able to access anything, and the data which are we are going to store on that cloud, maybe it is not safe, that is privacy concern. Because suppose any attack is happened at the cloud side, then all data will get क्या बोल सकते हैं कि प्राइवेसी उसकी ब्रेक हो सकती है, so that is this is not that much secure, but still there are lots of advantages. That's why cloud computing is going to peak point nowadays. And after the cloud computing, there are some DevOps tools also which we are using in daily basis. तो क्लाउड के बिना, जैसे मोबाइल के बिना भी जिंदगी नहीं है, लाइक दैट क्लाउड के बिना भी कुछ नहीं हो सकता. क्लियर? सो दीज आर some advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. Then next point is virtualization. I think in Linux part we covered this virtualization, but still we'll revise it once. So virtualization, an abstraction of an execution environment that can be made dynamically available to authorized client by well-defined protocols, resource quota. Example, CPU, memory share, software configuration. That is example, OS and provided services. Virtualization हमने देखा था लिनक्स में. तो virtualization में क्या होता है? वर्चुअलाइजेशन में क्या होता है कि the computer which we are using physically, now I am using my laptop, but I require 2 more machines. Then financially, if we consider that 2 machines I need to purchase and come back to my place and then connect with that machines for my practice purpose or any other purpose, so that is not much efficient. तो उसके लिए वर्चुअलाइजेशन का कंसेप्ट आता है कि वर्चुअलाइजेशन में क्या किया जाता है, if I want to create number of machines, then by using virtualization software I can able to create the number of machines on single device. So the hardware related things are same related to your base machine, and the only thing you can able to access number of operating systems on a single machine. मीन्स बेस मशीन को बिना कुछ किए we can able to access that machine. Okay, so that is the virtualization. Now you will say कि ये virtualization इसमें क्या करेगा cloud में? What is the role of virtualization in cloud? So role of virtualization is in cloud is that कि same like that, if I want to create the number of machines, then I will use the AW cloud. I can create the virtual machines on cloud, same like our physical machine, and I will take the console of that machine or GUI of that machine on my base machine, and I will use that. These all things will cover in the afternoon session कि कैसे मशीन को होस्ट किया जाता है and how will access that machine. तो वर्चुअलाइजेशन किस चीज के लिए चाहिए कि हमें जैसे मान लो कि मुझे 2-3 मशीन्स क्रिएट करने हैं, 2-3 मशीन्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है, बट उतनी में परचेस नहीं कर सकती, तो मैं क्या करूंगी, क्लाउड पे जाके जितने टाइम के लिए मुझे वो मशीन चाहिए उतने टाइम के लिए वो क्रिएट करूंगी, एंड जो भी उसके रिलेटेड चीजें करनी है, that all things I will done by using the cloud machine, and after doing all these things I will delete that machine. और जितने टाइम तक यूज किया है उतने टाइम का ही पे करना होगा. And there is also one facility, if suppose in our physical machine if I want to upgrade my RAM, then I need to go to service center, I need to purchase that RAM, install that RAM, and then run that machine. But in case of virtual machines we can easily add the hardware devices, मतलब वो virtually add होता है, but in cloud platform we can able to upgrade machines easily. क्लियर है वर्चुअलाइजेशन क्या होता है? यस, all things whichever we covered till here are understood. If you have any doubt then you can ask me anytime. So next, virtualization we done. Yes. So next thing, there are some service providers, cloud service providers. So in that, AWS is there, Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, then GCP, Google Cloud Platform, then IBM Cloud, IBM, then Oracle is also there, and Apple iCloud. So these are the service cloud service providers. So Amazon AWS is a cloud service with over 200 services from data centers around the world. So the biggest भी बोल सकते हो आप कि Amazon Web Service है, which gives us a near about 200 services. Then Azure is also one of the cloud service which is same like the AWS, but nowadays they are both are at the same level. But before before 4 or 5 months AWS का थोड़ा पेमेंट का मतलब कॉस्टिंग कम था, अज्यूर का थोड़ा ज्यादा है. दैट इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस. देन गूगल क्लाउड जो है GCP, it is also the cloud computing platform, and it provides the services for storage, compute, database, analytics, and many more. Then IBM का क्लाउड है, it is designed for the business. IBM का जो है it is designed for the business. Then Oracle, Oracle, it offers for the आस पास SaaS options. ये तीन के लिए Oracle सपोर्ट करता है. ये एज ए वेंडर काम करता है Oracle. मतलब थर्ड पार्टी अगर हमें लेना है देन वी कैन गो विथ दी Oracle लाइक दैट. देन एप्पल iCloud, इट स्टोर्स द डेटा लाइक फोटोज है, फाइल्स है, नोट्स है. तो एप्पल का भी iCloud है. तो विल स्टार्ट विद दी AWS, जो कि जिसमें कुछ चीजें फ्री है. तो हम उसको डिटेल में देख सकते हैं, उसकी प्रैक्टिस डिटेल में कर सकते हैं. दैट इज द ओनली रीजन व्हाई वी गो विथ AWS. बट इन द लास्ट सेशन आई विल शो यू कि अज्यूर का प्लेटफॉर्म कैसे दिखता है, अज्यूर कैसे होता है, ये मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी एट द एंड. आज नहीं, सेशन के एंड में. ठीक है. so we'll see AWS is the Amazon Web Service, your cloud service platform offering compute power, database storage, content delivery, and other functionalities to help business scale and grow. So the services which are provided by the Amazon, that we'll see in the next slides कि कौन-कौन सी सर्विसेज किस पर्पस के लिए प्रोवाइड की जाती है. So AWS located in geographical regions. So each region is wholly contained with a single country, and all of its data and service stay within the designated region. ये जो region वाला part है, that will see in the practical session कि कैसे हर एक region को उसने define किया है कि ये region में कौन कौन से एरियाज आते हैं. जैसे अभी पुणे रीजन है, तो पुणे रीजन बोला तो पुणे में पिंपरी चिंचवड आता है, देन मोशी आता है, देन हिंजौड़ी आता है, शिवाजी नगर आता है. तो ऐसे रीजन्स उसने डिफाइन किया है जिसके अंडर अलग अलग एरियाज आते हैं. देन ईच रीजन हैव मल्टीपल अवेलेबिलिटी जोन. ये भी हमें देखना है कि अवेलेबिलिटी जोन कैसे होते हैं. which are distinct data center providers, AWS providing AWS service. Availability zones are isolated from each other to prevent outage from spreading between zones. However, several service operates across availability zone. Now, availability zone का मीनिंग क्या है कि मान लो मैं एक ही कस्टमर हूँ जो अलग अलग जोन्स में मशीन्स क्रिएट कर रही हूँ. तो जिस जोन में मैं मशीन क्रिएट कर रही हूँ उस जोन के लिए ही वो डेडिकेटेड होगा. दैट डेडिकेटेड ओनली फॉर दिस जोन ओनली. इफ सपोज आई एम क्रिएटिंग फॉर पिंपरी zone, then it is used by पिंपरी customers only. पिंपरी के users are able to access that only. Not Shivajinagar users can access that. So each zone is isolated from each other. That is known as availability zone. So after completing the services part, we'll see हमारा agenda कैसा होगा कि now we'll going with the Amazon Web Services. So I will tell you which types of services they provide us. कि इस चीज के लिए ये सर्विसेज होती है, डेटाबेस के लिए ये सर्विस होती है, डिलीवरी के लिए ये सर्विस होते हैं. तो ऐसे में आपको हर एक का सर्विसेज बताऊंगी, हर एक की फंक्शनैलिटी भी नोट करके दूंगी. देन आफ्टर दैट विल ओपन द AWS account. Now tell me, how many of you already have the Amazon means AWS account, not Amazon क्लाउड का. AWS क्लाउड का अकाउंट कितने लोगों का है? If anyone have, then tell, otherwise we'll open it. I will tell you how to open it. Okay, one is there. Any other? Only one. Okay, no worries. So I will tell you. I have, but I didn't use till now. Okay, then we'll see how we'll use it. तो हम आज के दिन में AWS का अकाउंट क्रिएशन करेंगे, अकाउंट क्रिएट करेंगे, and we'll see that total GUI, how it looks, where the services are, uh, how we can open that services, how we can use that, क्या क्या होता है उस GUI में, कैसे कॉस्टिंग वगैरह होती है, that all things we'll discuss later on. Okay, and then again we'll create one instance in AWS. Instance means virtual machine. We'll create that virtual machine in afternoon session, and we'll see how that machine will access by our base machine, using our base machine. Okay, so this is the agenda or things we need to complete in today's session. So we'll start with the services. So Amazon Web Services, which services they provide? See, compute service. First is the compute service, then storage and content delivery, then database, networking, management tools, security and identity, application service, and developer tools. Okay. So to compute service, for compute, see, compute service provide करने के लिए कौन कौन available है, क्या क्या चीजें available है? For AWS compute service, Elastic Compute Cloud, that is EC2, which is called as a instance, EC2. Elastic Compute Cloud, Elastic Bean Stack, Lambda, Lightsail, and EC2 container service are used. Now, we'll go with Notepad. So what I told you, first is the compute service. So compute service is a type of infrastructure service and it is service on demand. Service on demand service मतलब क्या? compute service is a on demand service. तो जितना हम यूज करेंगे, pay for what we use, pay for what we use. So it provides us necessary infrastructure to execute our tasks, like virtual machines with required memory, and will pay what we used. So compute is also the combining with other services like storage है, network based services है. तो जैसे जिसकी requirement होगी वैसे compute service will collaborate with other services and will use that service. Okay, तो इसमें सबसे first कौन था compute में? EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. So it is used for launching virtual machines, or we call it as a instance, launching virtual machines or instance, and this is scalable service. This is scalable service. तो इलास्टिक क्लाउड कंप्यूट क्या होता है? It gives us to create to launch the virtual machine or virtual instance, and this is a scalable service. And this service we can launch in different types of VM. Virtual machine. VM means virtual machine. Different types means what? Different type of machines or instances means using the different operating system like Linux, Windows, or Amazon itself having one operating system, that is Amazon Linux. Then Mac related also operating systems are there. So some of them are free, some of them are paid services. So this is about the EC2 instance. Then उसके बाद उसमें क्या था next? Elastic Beanstalk. गाइज मैं इसलिए ये चीजें नोट कर रही हूँ ताकि बाद में जाके मैं बताने के लिए अभी बता दूंगी, और जब आप रिवाइज करोगे, रिकॉल करोगे, देन इट इज नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल ईच एंड एवरी सेंटेंस व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू, राइट? सो दैट दीज आर सम शॉर्ट नोट्स कि जिसका यूज करके यू कैन अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज द function of EC2, what is the function of elastic beanstalk, or for what purpose these services are used. So there are many more services, so some of them I will tell you. So elastic beanstalk किसके लिए यूज की जाती है? So deploying and scaling web applications. Deploying and scaling web applications. So deploying and scaling means, again here it can create application, right? Then upload version, means number of applications are there, application series is there, then which version we required, but according to that, using the beanstalk we can upload that version. So we can say that it creates and configure AWS resources which required to run code, to run the code. Then next है इलास्टिक बीनस्टैक के बाद AWS लैम्बडा, जो कि हमें प्रैक्टिकली देखना है उस टाइम पे। अगेन आई विल टेल यू कि लैम्बडा क्या होता है। इट इज सर्वरलेस। मैंने वो जो आसपास सास उसमें फास्ट बताया था, फंक्शन एज ए सर्विस, so at that time I told you this is a serverless application, so in that lambda is worked. So lambda is serverless service, so it can run a code, on demand, and application or the requirements related to application are provided by the cloud. Okay, so these are the compute services which are provided by AWS. Okay, same like that. See the next service, storage service. So in storage service, simple storage service, Amazon FX for Lustre, Amazon S3 Glacier, इलास्टिक ब्लॉक स्टोरेज, Amazon FSX फॉर विंडोज फाइल, ये लस्ट्रे है, ये विंडोज के लिए है, एंड इलास्टिक फाइल सिस्टम एंड AWS स्टोरेज गेटवे. So we'll see one by one. इसको क्या बोला जाता है? स्टोरेज सर्विसेज. स्टोरेज सर्विसेज. तो स्टोरेज सर्विसेज इज सिंपल, स्टोरेज के लिए यूज की जाती है. तो उसमें फर्स्ट है S3 बकेट, जिसके साथ हमें बहुत सारी चीजें करनी है. S3 बकेट विल नीड टू क्रिएट, और उसमें डेटा स्टोर करना है, उसको रन करके देखना है. सो प्रैक्टिकली वी नीड टू चेक विथ S3 बकेट. So S3 bucket is object storage service. It is object storage service. It can store any type of data with any size. Means it can store data for any business, like web application, mobile application हो, backup हो, archive data हो, और analytics के लिए जो चाहिए वो data हो. So it can store any type of data. S3 bucket. Then EBS stands for elastic block storage. तो इलास्टिक ब्लॉक स्टोरेज में क्या आता है देखो. इलास्टिक ब्लॉक स्टोरेज, तो it provides block storage. Block storage, like SAN. SAN is the storage area network. SAN stands for storage area network. Means what? कि within a internet, within a network, not in a internet. If suppose I am creating one lab, okay, which contains the 30 number of computers, and in that 30 number of computers, if they want to store some data at centralized location, because individual computer will not able to store many more data, and if you go to store that data, then machine will getting hang. So we added one device in that network, and that data is available to everyone. Anyone can access anytime within that network. So that device is known as storage area network. So storage area network जैसे स्टोर करता है डेटा, like that EBS can store, elastic block storage can store data persistently, and it can be attached with the EC2 instance. EBS will attach with EC2 instance to store the data. Then next है EFS. That is elastic file storage. Elastic file storage. Yes, S3 is also used to store image, documents, any type of data we can able to store in S3 bucket. EFS is elastic file system, not storage. Elastic file system, and this is managed network file system. Network file system. So it is easy to set up right from the Amazon console or which is called as a CLI. तो CLI से कैसे काम करना है वो भी मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी. So if we have the multiple EC2 instances and need to access the same file system, so EFS will help to store that data. So that is EFS. Then Amazon FSX for wait. तो ये क्या है, एक एक लाइन में बताती हूँ मैं. इट इज कंप्यूट इंटेंसिव वर्कलोड यूज्ड फॉर, लिख लो, यूज्ड फॉर compute intensive workload. Means what? ये कब आता है Amazon FSX cluster? It comes into picture when you run machine learning operations. Machine learning operations if you are doing on large data sets and you need to run media encoding workload. At that time, this facility or these services come into picture. Otherwise, for simple storage, S3 bucket is there, EBS is there. EFS is used to save the same file system for every system. That's why EFS is used. Then next is S3 Glacier. So S3 Glacier, so it is used for archival and long-term data storage. So it is used for archival and long-term data usage. Then और था उसमें क्या? FSX for Windows file server, ऐसे ही था ना? FSX for Windows file server. So simple, Windows specific software to run, ऐसे लिख लो, to run Windows specific software, or we can say to access the proprietary Windows file system on the cloud, because some of softwares are proprietary for Windows only, for Linux only. So for Windows, FSX Windows file server is used. Then next one is storage gateways. Gateway. So it is used on premises of application storage, access or archive the data. For that, storage gateways are used. So these are the storage services which are provided by the AWS cloud. समझ में आ रहा है कैसे हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, कौन सी सर्विस क्या प्रोवाइड कर रही है? See, these things I can able to add into PPT also, but is not our motto. PPT read करके बहुत सारी चीजें हमें समझ में आ भी जाएगी, but बहुत सारी चीजें छूट भी जाएगी. That's why it is simple and short notes which I am giving to you. Clear, guys? So we'll see EC2 इंस्टेंस हम लोग डिटेल में देखेंगे. EC2 इंस्टेंस हम लोग डिटेल में देखने वाले, वो क्रिएट करके भी देखेंगे, लैम्बडा भी क्रिएट करके देखेंगे, S3 बकेट भी करके देखेंगे. So many more services we can see in details, whichever required for your data science. Clear? Then next is AWS database services. So in AWS database services, Amazon RDS is there. See, these services are related to your course. ठीक है. So AWS database service में Amazon RDS, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon Redshift, Amazon Elastic Cache. These are some services which are provided by AWS database. Then AWS Route 53 and CloudFront. These are networking related services which are provided by the AWS. So we'll see first these services because these are required for your course, or these services you can use in your project also. There is one project at the end of your course, right? So you can use any of these service, but see, there are the services like Amazon Redshift. We'll see this service in detail, but we are not going to do that in practical way because this is paid service. Even though I can able to do that, I will pay for it and I will show you, but you will not able to do this. तो ये मैं आपको डिटेल में बताऊंगी, बट हम वो कर नहीं सकते बिकॉज वो पेड है और उसका चार्जेस भी बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं. क्लियर? तो विल सी फर्स्ट डेटाबेस सर्विसेज में क्या क्या है, ये किस चीज के लिए यूज किया जाता है. AWS डेटाबेस सर्विस. तो इसमें सबसे पहला था RDS. RDS stands for relational database. Relational database. So it is cost effective. Key features, just I'm noting few down. So it offers a range of cost effective options for deploying the relational database. So you can choose the instance type and storage capacity which is best fit for you, for your budget. That's why it is cost effective. The next is DynamoDB. So DynamoDB is the fully managed no SQL database. So this question may be asked in your interview. DynamoDB is used for what? And it having low latency performance. Low latency performance. So it is fully managed NoSQL database service which provide the seamless scalability and low latency performance to give the high throughput application. Then next is Elastic Cache. So Elastic Cache, so we can say it redirect data from primary to cache level. Primary to cache level, redirect the data means what? It is faster because cache memory having the higher speed than any other feed which is present on the मशीन. कैशे लेवल में जो भी डेटा होता है वो सबसे पहले सीपीयू फेच करके लेता है एंड दैट विल एग्जीक्यूट द फर्स्ट. दैट्स व्हाई इट रीडायरेक्ट्स डेटा फ्रॉम प्राइमरी टू कैशे लेवल. Then next is redshift, which we see in detail. तो redshift क्या होता है? It is fully managed data warehousing service. It is fully managed data warehousing service which can run any complex analytical query with large data sets. That's why it is included in your data science course, or it is used for the data science. Okay, so this is about the database services. Then networking services, AWS networking. नेटवर्किंग के बारे में हम ज्यादा बात नहीं करेंगे बिकॉज ये आपको इतना चाहिए भी नहीं. तो उसमें हमने सिर्फ क्या देखा था? एक देखा था वीपीसी. वीपीसी स्टैंड्स फॉर वर्चुअल प्राइवेट क्लाउड, जो कि यूज किया जाता है if we want to create the isolated network, then by using the VPC we are able to create the virtual private private connection or private network. For that VPC is used. Then second आता है direct connect. So direct connect में it connects the internal network to the AWS direct connect location. And for that it uses the 1 gigabyte to 10 gigabyte Ethernet fiber optic cable. So that is direct connect. Then route 53 करके एक था, तो route बोलो या route 53. It is a DNS service. DNS service. DNS, do you know what is DNS? DNS पता है किसी को? DNS. नो, इट इज डोमेन नेम सर्विस. ठीक है, मैं प्रोटोकॉल के टाइम पे आपको बताऊंगी. So Route 53 is a reliable and scalable service, and that has DNS server which we can use. It is distributed globally. That is DNS. Okay. Then database services are over. Networking services are also over. Then management tools. Management tools, cloud formation, service catalog, CloudWatch. See, CloudWatch is one of the most important service in management tool services. Why? Because even though if you want to run any application, anything on the cloud, then CloudWatch is used to monitor that application or that service. That's why CloudWatch is most probably used to monitor AWS resource. Then AWS config. So it is used to access, audit and judge the configuration. And OopsWorks जो है, it is configuration management service which can manage the instances for which we created for the DevOps tools like Chef, Puppet. तो ऐसे कुछ tools create किए तो उसके लिए OpsWorks यूज किया जाता है. So important is the CloudWatch. Then AWS security, identity and compliance service. तो इसमें कि हमें जो ये वाली है AWS IAM, this we need to create the user for IAM, and we'll see this in detail in later on sessions. So AWS IAM is the identity and access management. So it is a powerful service which allows users to manage the secure access to AWS resource. So if I want to create the IAM, then I will create the IAM and I will give you. मतलब क्या है कि अगर मेरे अकाउंट में if I created your IAM user, then I will give you access of my resource. ओके वो कैसे, वो मैं आपको बाद में बताऊंगी. सो इट कैन क्रिएट एंड कंट्रोल द यूजर्स आइडेंटिटी एंड ग्रांट द परमिशंस. उसके परमिशंस वगैरह हम चेंजेस करके देखेंगे. देन अमेजॉन इंस्पेक्टर ऐसे ही नाम है उसका. सो इट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द सर्विस which can automate the security assessment. And AWS Shield, the name itself says that it is a shield. Shield means it can क्या बोल सकते हैं, इट कैन जो भी अटैक्स वगैरह होंगे, so it can ban that attack. So it is managed distributed denial of service protection. शील्डिंग है वो जो सेफगार्ड की तरह काम करता है. जो भी एप्लीकेशन, द एप्लीकेशंस which are running on the AWS, to save that application, AWS Shield is used. Then AWS Application Integration Services. So AWS SNS, that is Simple Notification Service. If we on this service, then we'll get the messaging service by the AWS. Means suppose the machine is going to in downstate, or machine is going, a server is there which we created on the cloud, and that server is going to shut down, or it shut it down automatically, then SNS will send us a notification. This is SNS, Simple Notification Service. And Amazon SQS is the Simple Queue Service. Simple Queue Service. So messaging queue service with ANS. It is fully managed by the Amazon. Then developing tools. तो इसमें कोड स्टार आता है, कोड कमिट, कोड पाइपलाइन, कोड बिल्ड. तो इसमें जो कोड स्टार है, इट कैन क्विकली डेवलप, बिल्ड एंड डिप्लॉय द एप्लीकेशंस. देन कोड कमिट जो है, इट आल्सो डेवलप द एप्स विदाउट मैनेजिंग एंड स्केलिंग द सोर्स. कोड कमिट ये मैनेज नहीं करेगा, बट इट इज आल्सो सिक्योर स्केलेबल सर्विस. देन कोड पाइपलाइन जो है, ये टेस्ट करता है, टेस्टिंग के लिए यूज किया जाता है. इट इज यूज्ड फॉर टेस्टिंग पर्पस. देन कोड बिल्ड is compiles the source code and run the test and produce software system packages. And code deploy जो है, code deploy, it is used for the deployment purpose. क्लियर है यहाँ तक? ये सभी नोट करके देना है. एक्चुअली यहाँ तक ये इंपॉर्टेंट थे तो मैंने नोट करके दिया है. इफ यू वांट देन आई विल नोट इट डाउन, otherwise we'll go with our practical session. Yes, tell me, otherwise I will give you on notepad one by one. क्या करना है बताओ. हर एक सर्विस के बारे में नोट करके देना है और प्रैक्टिकल स्टार्ट करना है. वी कैन प्रोसीड विद द प्रैक्टिकल. ओके, अदर्स आर एग्री? ओके, बट द थिंग्स आर क्लियर्ड और नॉट? अदरवाइज थ्योरी ज्यादा हो गया तो कहीं सो नहीं गए ना सब लोग. यस मैम, 80%. ठीक है. तो वो थोड़ा सा आपको खुद से भी करना होगा, देन ओनली यू विल एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट। ठीक है, ओके, विल रिवाइज। ओके, ओके, देन जस्ट गिव मी 1 minute, I will start now. See, yes. See, now we are going to start with our hands-on, जिसमें हमें first we'll see how to create the AWS account. But before that, just give me 1 minute. I will connect my charger to laptop. Okay. So we're going to create the AWS account. So AWS, see AWS. Now, if you don't have your account, then you need to create your account. For that, my account, see, create profile is there. एक मिनट, मेरा इंटरनेट कनेक्शन आई थिंक स्लो है। See, AWS console, sign up. Yes. So this is the window where you will come after the AWS. उस पे भी क्लिक करते तो भी इसी विंडो पे आ जाते। So if you have your account, then you will directly give your mail ID and account name, then will verify and then start. Otherwise, uh, 2 minutes. Yes, sign up. If you have your account previously, then sign in with existing account. So here, if you remember your account name, I am user. If you have I am user, then I am user. Otherwise, we will go with sign in using the root user. अगर है, अभी एक ने ही बताया कि मेरा अकाउंट है करके, एंड रेस्ट ऑल जिनका भी अकाउंट नहीं है, दे ऑल गो विथ न्यू टू AWS. तो कहाँ से जाना है देखो, सिंपली आई विल show you one more time. AWS sign up, Amazon Web Services. Here it is not showing, so sign in with account, existing account. Now create a new AWS account. Now मेल आईडी यहाँ पे आपको देना है, अकाउंट का नाम देना है. Now actually I already created my account. मेरा अकाउंट पहले से ही है. So can anyone share your screen so that we'll see कि कैसे होता है, अकाउंट क्रिएशन कैसे किया जाता है. आप ही करना, जस्ट आई विल इंस्ट्रक्ट यू एंड अदर्स विल सी दैट थिंग्स. कैन एनीवन शेयर योर स्क्रीन? यस, या स्वप्निल. नो, We are not able to see the screen. Yes. Go to that plus sign. Others, just note it down. See how to create the AWS account. Yes, just here. No. Don't go with that. Here, just give the root user mail ID. क्योंकि वापस से क्रिएट करोगे तो उसी पेज पे आ जाओगे. मेल आईडी देना. यस. अकाउंट के लिए एक नाम देना. आपका नाम ही दे देना. यस. वेरीफाई ईमेल एड्रेस. आपको मेल पे एक वेरिफिकेशन कोड आया होगा, तो वो कोड अभी आप चाहे तो पॉज कर दो विंडो और मेल से वो कोड कॉपी करके फिर ये करके यहाँ पे पेस्ट करें. अदरवाइज डायरेक्टली किया तो भी चलेगा. यस. वेरीफाई. नाउ यू नीड टू सेट योर पासवर्ड. तो उसके लिए कुछ वहां पे कंडीशंस दिए हैं, देखो नीचे. तो पासवर्ड मस्ट बी एटलीस्ट 8 कैरेक्टर्स लॉन्ग एंड कंटेन एटलीस्ट 3 of following uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers and non-alphanumeric character. तो ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करके ही पासवर्ड सेट करना है. तो इसमें कुछ ज्यादा आपका होगा नहीं, मतलब ज्यादा कुछ डेटा नहीं होगा जो कि लॉस सिक्योरिटी पर्पस के हिसाब से. तो सिंपल सा पासवर्ड रख दो. आपका नाम @123 ऐसा पासवर्ड रख दिया तो भी चलेगा. नहीं तो भूल जाओगे तो वो दे देगा पासवर्ड, उसका भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट अननेसेसरी हेडेक इंक्रीज हो जाएगी. ओके. कंटिन्यू. नहीं, पासवर्ड शो मत करो, कंटिन्यू कर दो. यस. नाउ सी. just 1 minute. Swapnil. See, here it's showing two types of plans. One is the free, which is for the 6 months. Previously, AWS providing us 1 year free service, but nowadays it provides the 6 months. And if you go with the paid, then paid में आपको 200 क्रेडिट मिलता है. और बाद में मतलब पेड सर्विसेज सारी पेड होगी. नाउ विल गो विद द फ्री प्लान. पेड में जाना नहीं है, तो इसीलिए हम फ्री प्लान का ही यूज करेंगे. और फ्री में ही जो सर्विसेज अवेलेबल है उसी को यूज करके चेक करेंगे. क्लियर. तो चूज फ्री प्लान. एंड AWS can scale your bill per month. Now, here some information you need to give, that how do you plan to use AWS? For what purpose you are using the AWS? So first is the business or second one is the personal. So we are not using it for the business. We are using it for the personal. So for your own project. Then your full name, phone number, country you need to select India. Give your phone number. Yes, before the phone number you need to give country code also. If it is not getting +91, then you need to select that one. Then India. Then address line. Yes, city, state, all these things you need to give. Postal. Then at the last you need to tick on that checkbox. बिकॉज देर आर सम टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस विच यू नीड टू एग्री। अगर आपने वो टिक नहीं किया तो वो आगे जाएगा ही नहीं। तो जो भी टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस है वो एग्री करनी है। देन एग्री एंड कंटिन्यू। Okay, now here it is asking for the billing information. तो यहाँ पे आपको या तो क्रेडिट कार्ड का नंबर देना है या तो डेबिट कार्ड का नंबर देना है। सी, AWS ऑटोमेटिकली डिडक्शन नहीं करता है। जो भी आपका बिल आएगा इट इज कम ऑन योर मेल। मेल पे आपको उसकी रिसिप्ट मिलेगी, मेल पे ही बिल आता है एंड वो आपको खुद से पे करना है। देयर इज नो ऑटो डेबिट फैसिलिटी इज ऑन। क्लियर? एंड वन मोर थिंग कि यहाँ पे कुछ के कार्ड्स एक्सेप्ट नहीं होंगे, जो इंटरनेशनल कार्ड्स होते हैं। दीज कार्ड्स आर ओनली एक्सेप्टेबल बाय AWS एंड सम ऑफ द कार्ड्स लाइक SBI वगैरह के कार्ड्स जो है उसमें अगर वो शॉपिंग वाला अगर ओपन मतलब शॉपिंग वाली फैसिलिटी अगर ऑन नहीं है तो भी अकाउंट क्रिएट नहीं होता है। So these things you need to remember when you are logging with the sign up with the AWS. तो डेबिट और क्रेडिट कार्ड का नंबर वहां पे आपको डालना है। नाउ यू कैन जस्ट पॉज योर स्क्रीन। कौन है ये? किसने किया है शेयर? स्वप्निल। Pause your screen, enter your debit card number or credit card number, whatever you have, expiry date, security code that is CVV, and card holder's name. And then select the save card and charge. नहीं, उस पे क्लिक नहीं करना है। सी, देर इज ए ऑप्शन सेव कार्ड एंड चार्ज ऑटोमेटिकली फॉर फ्यूचर पेमेंट। ऑटोमेटिकली पे क्लिक मत करो, वैसे ही वो कंटिन्यू करता है क्या चेक करो स्वप्निल। Once you're done, then again resume your machine so that everyone can able to see कि next window क्या आती है। Okay, so he done with his billing information. Then थोड़ा सा scroll down कर दो, ऊपर का title scroll up करो। ये सिक्योरिटी कोड वगैरह सारी चीजें ओके ओके। यस यस, यूज माय कॉन्टैक्ट एड्रेस। देन डू यू हैव पैन? नो। ओके, वेरीफाई एंड कंटिन्यू। It will charge only 2 rupees at the initial level। 2 रुपीज सिर्फ आपके बैंक अकाउंट से डिडक्ट हो जाएंगे। ओके, वो OTP वगैरह देख लो। ये सी हियर 2 रुपीज का वो आया है। Okay. Then confirm your identity. So personal use. See, एक मिनट उस पे क्लिक करो. See, primary purpose of account registration. Why are you registering for AWS? It is asking for academic, business operations, government service, personal. Do you have your I cards? मीन्स डेटा साइंस के कुछ आई कार्ड्स वगैरह मिले क्या आप लोगों को? नहीं मिले. ओके. So if you have a I-card, like student I-card, then you can go with the academic. Otherwise, directly go with personal use. Then ownership type, click करो. So ownership, कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी, फॉरेन कंपनी, गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इससे कुछ भी नहीं है. ओनर हम ही है, हम ही हमारे लिए, हमारे पर्पज के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. तो इट इज इंडिविजुअल. क्लियर. नाउ यू नीड टू गिव योर पैन कार्ड नंबर और वोटर आईडी और ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस, एनी वन ऑफ it. So if you have your PAN card, then give the PAN number. See, date of birth के लिए भी condition है. To use this document type, you must be at least 18 years old because you selected driving license. Select anyone, no worries. उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आता है. बट उसका फोटो भी अपलोड करना है नीचे. यस, सी, नीचे आता है अपलोड फ्रंट ऑफ परमानेंट अकाउंट नंबर, दैट इज पैन कार्ड. Still showing this. अरे, पेमेंट मेथड तेरी ये नहीं हुई है. कौन है ये? रुपेश. ग्लोबल एसबीआई. सी व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू कि एसबीआई ग्लोबल एसबीआई डेबिट कार्ड इज एक्सेप्टेबल, बट स्टिल वहां पे शॉपिंग वाला जो ऑप्शन होता है, उसका नाम एग्जैक्टली मुझे याद नहीं, वो होना चाहिए. डिबेट डेबिट वाला, शॉपिंग डिबेट वाला एक ऑप्शन रहता है, उसको टिक नहीं किया है ना, तो वो नहीं लेता है. तो इफ यू हैव अदर डेबिट कार्ड, देन यू कैन यूज दैट वन. I have this only. So contact to your SBI branch and tell them कि why it is not opening. तो वहां पे पूछ लो उनसे एक बार, एसबीआई वालों से, कि वो ओपन है या नहीं. ओके. ओके ओके ओके. अरे अरे, वेट 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 वेट, दिखाना है सबको, बताना है. स्वप्नील. ओके, नेक्स्ट स्टेप में इट आस्क फॉर योर मोबाइल verification, and for that identity confirmation, there are two ways. One is the text message or a voice call. So if you select the text message, then it will send you one message with some code. Or if you select the voice call, then they will call you and give you one code. Okay, so you can verify any one of it. कैप्चा कोड एंटर करना है. यस, दैट इज आई थिंक एक बार रिफ्रेश करोगे तो बेटर रहेगा। यस, X53G33। डी है या एक्स है? यस, सबमिट। या ना कोड आया होगा, टेक्स्ट मैसेज। ओके, नाउ click on go to AWS management console, left hand side। yes। ओके, सो ये हो गया इसका अकाउंट ओपन। तो सेम steps you need to follow and create your AWS account। Now you can unshare your screen, Swapnil। Clear है how to create the AWS account? Anyone is facing any issue, then ask me। कर रहे हो क्या आप लोग अकाउंट ओपन? डन, ओके। अदर्स? Others are doing, not doing, done? Tell me the status। See, there are simple 5 steps, but it require PAN card, your credit card or debit card information, and verification codes on mail also, to verify your mail, to verify your mobile number, to verify your bank account. It requires 3 times code। Yes, what about others? See, in afternoon session, we'll do some extra task in AWS account. So till the time you need to create your AWS accounts, and if you are facing some issues, then tell me now. Otherwise, after the break, you can tell me this issue I am facing, and then we'll see how we'll deal with that issue, or we can solve that problem। Any more charges? Like, no, 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 no. No, no, Swapnil. There is no any more charges. I will tell you once you done with your account creation, then I will tell you how to check the costing and which things do's and don'ts. Also, I will tell you. Don't worry about that। एंड ये भी बताऊंगी मैं आपको कि इफ बिल आता है तो क्या करना है। See guys, just I want to forget to tell you one thing. अभी उसके यहाँ पे वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं आया, तो I just forget to tell you. See, now I'm going to screen is visible. Yes. Okay. Now I'm logging to my profile. Okay. मेरे इसमें मैं साइन इन कर रही हूँ. So see what is happening. एक मिनट. Management sign into console. Yes, sign. See, अभी आपका लॉगिन हो गया है. वंस यू साइन अप विथ AWS, देन गो विथ साइन इन यूजिंग रूट यूजर ईमेल. आपके पास रूट यूजर है, यू आर ए रूट यूजर. आपने अभी तक IAM क्रिएट नहीं किया है, तो साइन इन यूजिंग रूट यूजर ईमेल. आफ्टर दैट हियर यू नीड टू गिव द ईमेल एड्रेस जिससे आपने लॉगिन किया है. सो आई एम गिविंग माय मेल आईडी, then password. Here I need to enter. Now sign in. Here see this is visible na? Yes. Here one screen is there, that is use a saved passkey for aws.amazon.com. तो ये एक की है. ये की मल्टी फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन के अंडर आती है. तो आपने अभी फर्स्ट टाइम किया तो उसने MFA के लिए कुछ नहीं पूछा. But when you log in many more times, then it will ask you for the MFA. और ये की अगर आपने आपके लैपटॉप में की है, तो लैपटॉप में ये ऑटोमेटिकली सेव हो जाती है. सी यहाँ पे है ये की. तो ये की आपके लैपटॉप में सेव हो गई, तो यहीं से आप उसको एक्सेस कर सकते हो. अगर आपको मतलब आपने एक बार लैपटॉप से किया, एक बार PC से वगैरह किया, तो फॉर दैट यूज ए डिफरेंट पास की. तो यहाँ पे यूज अ फोन और टैबलेट. तो इसमें एक QR कोड दिखाता है. ये जस्ट आपसे आपके मोबाइल के गूगल स्कैनर से स्कैन करना है, तो ये ऑटोमेटिकली लॉग इन हो जाता है. तो ये एक मेथड है पासकी का. और दूसरा मेथड है कि ये की आपके मशीन में स्टोर होगी और हमेशा ये ऑटोमेटिकली फेच करके ले लेगा. तो मैं इसी से मेरा लॉगिन कर रही हूँ. तो दैट इज मल्टी फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन. तो बिना MFA के लॉगिन आपका बार बार नहीं होगा. क्लियर? ट्राइंग साइनिंग आउट एंड साइन इन. शेयर करो स्क्रीन स्वप्निल. शो मी द प्रॉब्लम. Sign in to console. Go to that. No. That is management console. Just to sign in to console. Click on that. Sign in with using root. Mail ID. नॉट नाउ करो. वहां पे वेरिफिकेशन मेल आया होगा आपके मेल आईडी पे. हाँ, दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम विच आई एम टेलिंग यू, कि यहाँ पे आपका अकाउंट सिक्योर करने के लिए MFA करना पड़ता है. तो इसमें पास की और सिक्योरिटी की, ऑथेंटिकेटर की और हार्डवेयर टीओटीपी टोकन, इसमें से एक सिलेक्ट करना ही है। तो आप पास की पे क्लिक करो। स्किप फॉर नाउ किया तो भी चलेगा, हो जाएगा वो स्किप फॉर नाउ, बट ये कभी ना कभी करना ही है। डिवाइस नेम नहीं देना है, नो नो, डोंट गिव डिवाइस नेम। नेक्स्ट कर दो। यस, कंटिन्यू करो। हम्म। ओके, कंटिन्यू टू कंसोल। स्किप फॉर नाउ का ऑप्शन आ रहा है तो स्किप कर दो, नो प्रॉब्लम। ना वो आपके इस मशीन में सेव हुआ है, तो अभी आप कहीं से भी लॉग इन करो, कहीं से भी नहीं कर सकते, आपके मशीन से कर सकते हो, कहीं से भी करना है तो आपको फिर से मोबाइल से वो करना होगा। अभी कुछ मत करो वहां पे। आई डिडंट टेल यू एनीथिंग टू डू इन GUI। ठीक है, ये कर दो, अनशेयर कर दो स्क्रीन। एनीवन स्टिल फेसिंग सम इशू टू इन क्रिएशन ऑफ AWS अकाउंट? सबका हो गया है अकाउंट क्रिएशन? एवरीवन डन विथ क्रिएशन, अकाउंट क्रिएशन? Okay, then in between the break, if someone is missed something, then recall it and try to complete your account creation till 2 o'clock, so that we'll move to our next hands-on session. So in afternoon session, we'll see how to create the EC2 instance. First, we'll see the services which are provided by the AWS. कौन सी service कहाँ पे है, costing कैसे होती है, that all things we'll see. And then we'll create one instance or virtual machine in AWS, and we'll run one web application on the instance. Okay. रिकॉर्डिंग जहां से आपका पहले वाला एक्सेस होता है ना, वहीं पे ये भी अपलोड किया जाएगा। ओके।